Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Shoe Snob blog video, One Take Wonders. Here we are with an existing brand, but new ideas. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to skip the pleasantries of the commenting on presentation and boxing, but here we are with two new styles by Indian shoemaker Blkbrd. The two models we're going to look at are called the Orlie and the Lorenzo. So, as you saw in the photos, these are completely new ideas for Blkbrd, and this is their entrance into the soft-soled loafer soft-soled suede loafer industry, the new booming industry that is taking the shoe industry by storm. The Venetian loafers, the Belgian loafers, the gum soles, the soft soles, the suede look, something you're wearing on Monaco on your yacht, sipping bubbly, blah, blah, blah. Just joking. I do like these shoes. I'm not making fun of them because at the end of the day, I prefer anything over guys just wearing Nikes with everything. You know, I love a dress shoe, but I love all shoes, so I'm not gonna lie. And I even wear Nikes every now and then, in a blue moon though, All right, I'll stop yapping. Let's start taking a look. Again, I'm not gonna judge the presentation, all that. We're just gonna look at the models, talk about fit, style, comfort, etc., because I've already done all of the presentation. Sorry, there's a lot of packing paper. So one thing that's good is they did very well protect these, which is smart because suede can get mucked up in the shipment and you can scratch it and whatnot. So getting it protected. There's a shoe horn. You might remember if you saw my first Blkbrd unboxings that they have these very interesting, nice horn shoe horns. I think it's genuine horn. I can't be 100% sure. Nice there. All right, so let's take a look at these new styles. Let me get all this off. Sorry, a lot of stuff in paper. All right, now, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm in a very playful, clownish mood today. I'm gonna take these out. So here's Blkbrd's new collection of soft-soled suede loafers. You have your Belgian style here and your Venetian style there. This is their lovely new bottle green suede, I want to say. Bottle green suede, very beautiful, very luscious. And this is the Suede, which is the sand suede, Suede suede. Suede, I believe it's obviously it's Italian suede. Suede, suede, which is lovely. These are both unlined, but this one is unlined with the suede unlining. The Venetian has the suede unlining, and this is unlined, but the backside is a lovely soft calf. But the reverse, the natural calf lining, which is also very nice. So let's talk about what makes Blkbrd's different. Now, I don't actually know the pricing, but I'm going to say with an educated guess, they're going to be super cheap. And excuse me, when I use the word cheap, I don't mean of quality, I mean inexpensive, because Blkbrd's dress shoes are like $140. So imagine what a soft-soled, heat-injected loafer is going to be. It's going to be, lower. I imagine these are going to be around the $100 price point. And I'm sorry I can't give you that information right now, but no matter what, I know it's going to be a great price. So price aside, that's going to separate them from the rest of the industry. One thing I noticed is that they have a very thick insole that is made out of, this is a very interesting I forget the name of this material, man. I'm drawing a blank right now. In my jokey ways, I'm forgetting things. I did another video. I forgot simple math, and now I'm forgetting this type of cushion. But it's like not a styrofoam. But anyway, this is not. I'm not gonna claim this is not a high-end cushion. But I tell you what, it's comfortable. You feel it. You feel this cushion. And what I like about that is sometimes, if the insole is not very cushioned, you feel this sole, which looks nice and sleek and comfortable. But personally speaking, my feet get tired at the end of the day wearing these things. I can almost wear a dress shoe longer than I can wear some of these versions. There are more comfortable ones than not. So, you know, I'm not saying they're all uncomfortable, but this was extra comfortable. It was that cushion, you feel it, and it feels nice. It shock absorbs you from this versus onto the concrete. So nice that it's removable. That also means for those of you that wear orthotics, well, you have the ability to remove that and put this. And you see, they've made it high enough to be able to accommodate that. Most shoes aren't made with enough depth to accommodate removing the insole and adding a custom one. They are, you know, in one great differentiation to the new Blkbrd soft-soled suede loafers, and that is the case for both styles. All right, let's talk about fit. When it comes to these types of loafers, I tend to opt for, I'm typically 40 and a half. Most brands don't offer half sizes for these types of styles, so they usually go for 40 or 41. My feet really are 41 narrow, but these, you know, being unlined, kind of generous, they're not trimmed. They're meant to fit as many people as possible. I like a tight fit, and I know that unlined is going to stretch, and I tend to wear these styles sockless. I always go with the 40, and the 40 fit sockless. If I was to wear socks, it'll be snug. I'd probably have to break them in first sockless, then wear thin socks. I don't wear thicker socks, of course, especially with styles like this. I only wear thicker socks with boots. But the size 40 was perfect. And so, yeah, I would, again, I'm telling you how I like to fit. The 40 fits me snug. I'm usually 40 and a half with socks. 40 without socks fits snug, but that's how I like it. I want a snug fitting loafer so that once it stretches, it's perfect. 41 would be too big and my heels would be sliding off. So bear that in mind when hitting my advice. If you're typically a 40, great, stick with 40. But if you are the half size, usually you tend not to size up in unlined suede loafers. You only size up if the brand specifically made the last super small and tells you to do so. Not the case for these. So exciting for those of you who like these looks, but maybe don't want to spend $200 to $300. And I imagine these are going to be far less. So you now have an option to pay less. And in light of this newfound, if you are a US-based customer, in light of the newfound tariffs, as long as you're not spending more than $800, you don't pay anything extra. So bear that in mind. But cool things, I love this green. This green is super nice, super unique, great color. The last shape is quite bulbous. I'm not gonna lie, I prefer something that has a little bit more point at the tips if possible. A lot of loafers don't have the, you know, kind of an almond shape. I prefer an almond shape, but a nice last nonetheless. Beautiful shoes, nice tonal green leather piping and top line. This one has just the same suede kind of top line. No piping here because you have the apron, but great stuff. Great stuff for what I know is going to be an amazing price. I forgot to check the website to give you the prices, but I'm going to link the website. Check them out. I've actually had these for like 6 months before they've even launched the brand. Not the brand, excuse me, the new collection. So I had them before they would ever have even thought about going live on the site. I had them as first kind of samples. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what more colors they do. Super comfortable, great value. Blkbrd is owned by some very kind people as well, so it's always nice to support kind people. So definitely check them out. If you like this look, you're looking for a new option, here you go. Anyway, thank you as always for tuning in. Do stay tuned for more. Please like, share, subscribe, yada, 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 doing all the same things that all the other podcasters do. Like, share, subscribe, support this, that, the other. You know, we say it. I actually mean it. Of course, I want to grow my channel. It's natural because I like to educate and, share things with all of you. Liking helps the engagement, and YouTube saying, oh, this is a good channel, we should spread it. Leaving a comment does that even further. So share your thoughts. I like to respond. I like to have discourse. And if you feel so inclined to support, feel free to do so by checking out my Patreon page. Everything helps. Again, maybe you don't know, but I've upgraded my lighting. I've upgraded my things. I'm getting a new video camera. I'm doing all things that all cost money in the hopes to make my videos better. So, and I'm trying to be a little funnier as well. Just joking. Anyway, thanks as always for tuning in, and I wish everybody a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.